we're recording it on the thing. I'm gonna rather do cloud recording, so it's sure, because I mean I'm not sure about my laptop. Yeah, so this is exciting. This session today is energy, exciting. So we're gonna start right away. Yes, Australia is joining us today. Yay! Well done, Tawanda, for the evangelism.
We have someone from Australia.
Yeah, Shingi.
I'm coming for a kangaroo.
Hi, Shingi.
Hi.
I don't know what time it is in Australia, though.
It's 2 a.m.
Oh, wow, goodness. I didn't know that Doge was so popular even in Australia.
Oh my goodness, we're making money here.
Oh, yes. And Jeremy, welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
So guys, allow me without further ado to just start. I'm gonna just be rude and mute everybody and just start, because I know we are already starting a minute past our usual. Okay, great. So today is exciting because of many things. One, Julia is the one who's going to take us through the session, cover what we talked about last week, which is one of the platforms most popular here in South Africa, which is Altcoin Trader. And then, we get to talk about Doge, and then at the end, we're going to talk about the index. So I'm going to share the top 5 coins, and then obviously, that will be an opportunity for you to see which ones you'd be able to invest in for the coming period. So we are on webinar number 10. And today we're focusing on Altcoin Trader, the platform, a deep dive. So it's a hands-on session. That's even makes it even more exciting. So in terms of where we are in the overall landscape, we are where what we call specific topics or focus topics. So we've obviously done the top ones, as you can see. So we are on number 10 of 12 in that specific topics. We don't know whether that will extend further, but we are calling it specific topics. Now, so I'm going to carry on the usual. You guys have seen this quote, maybe not Shingi and maybe not Stella. It's just really a statement to say, this is the time to really have a plan, or otherwise, you're not be taken seriously. And obviously, I mean, all of us are witnesses to the fact that this is a time to really take things seriously. We carry on. I'm not going to really introduce myself because I think I've done that in previous episodes. But in the next slide, I'll have Julia unmute herself and really, get to talk and introduce herself, because she's the person who's going to be, mainstreaming on the episode today, on this session. So, Julia, over to you. So you can unmute yourself and just go ahead.
Thank you, Tim. Good evening, everyone. And I think it's nice to meet Stella and Shingi, everyone else I've met before. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present to you today. So today, we are going to be talking about altcoin trading, but maybe just a brief overview about myself. So I'm a project manager by profession, and I'm in the banking sector, by the way. But what I keep myself busy with, on a regular basis, I keep myself busy with, trading and of course, investing in cryptocurrencies. So I started my trading journey, I think 2 years ago. I started in Forex, of course, lost money, all the money. So right now I'm really just focusing on cryptocurrencies, and definitely when it comes to Doge, looking at short-term investment, but the focus is really on long-term investment. So that's about me. I'm not a guru, but of course I'm learning every day. And all I can say is that patience is key. Thank you so much. I'll hand over to Tim, and then in the later session, take you through the practicals on altcoin trading. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Julia. I mean, I would say a lot about Julia. I've known her as a colleague, so I've known her for more than 10 years for sure. We've worked together. We've, ventured, started companies, closed some, all of that. And she's such an amazing person, even as an individual, and somebody who's always curious mind and always interested to know how things work. That's one thing I really admire about her. And her tenacity is something else. You should be friends with her. That's all I'm saying, So the first question to ask, which is just to warm us up, is Doge, 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 Doge. Now, if you've never heard of Doge, please don't confess. I think just pretend you had. I think I'm not going to ask anybody to embarrass themselves today. But I'm working on the assumption that we've all have heard of Doge. So the question is, should you have a Doge strategy? And I, again, will ask you, if you agree with that there should be a strategy, just type a 1 in the chat. If you think they shouldn't be, then type a 2. And if you really feel strongly about it, which is the second part, is do you still think it's a joke that has gone too far? So just type a 1 if you think you should have a strategy. Type a 2 if it's not really worth having a strategy. Okay. I see a 1. Type 1 if you think there should be a strategy for Doge. A 2 if you don't think they should be. And then unmute if you really feel strongly about it, that no, this is a joke or whatever it is that you want to say. Okay, quite a few ones. And maybe the question is, overwhelmingly, there's a yes, there's a 1. Why? Can somebody unmute themselves and just tell us why? 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 Tawanda, you're the one in pain. Why?
Tim, this is a joke that's gone far. I mean, when I started crypto, you told me, no, this, don't get into it, and then get into it, and then don't get into it. And it keeps going. So I think it's very important to have a strategy somewhere, somehow on this point, yeah.
I agree fully. And welcome, Kevin. So we are talking about Doge and whether you should have a strategy. So the feedback of the summary feedback from the floor is, yes, you should have a strategy. And Tawanda feels strongly that, this is something worth looking at because of obviously the returns that have happened. So I will not take too much time on this. I feel actually that I may want to run a session, maybe, I don't know, we'll see in the next 2 weeks or so, that I'm talking about Doge as such. So yes, just some quick facts, so I'm gonna just read through the first few lines. The idea is not really meant for this to be read, but if you're on the community, you'll have seen a whole article that, a whole very incisive piece that Raphael shared with us earlier today. I highly recommend you read it. It's about 12 pages or something like that. Read the whole of it. It's an extract here. So Doge, and welcome Engelbert, welcome. It says Doge coin has always been a joke, and the joke keeps getting funnier. The Shiba Inu themed crypto, whose community once sponsored the Jamaican bobsled team as part of campaign Cool Runnings 2, is today worth as much as Lloyd's Banking Group. It's actually number 4 on the listing, twice as much as Standard Chartered, almost 3 times as much as Credit Suisse. Yes, this joke created to mock Bitcoin and the rise of altcoins way back in 2013 is now worth more than 70 billion and has skyrocketed to the top of crypto list with enormous trading volume, growing ownership and celebrity endorsements. I mean, yeah, 800% up actually within a month. That's what I read somewhere. So it's really not a joke anymore. It's a joke that has gone too far. And I think it might be worth really having a strategy around it, how you should be able to respond to this and take advantage of that, because it's really serious upside we're talking about. So I will carry on so that we have enough time for Julia. Please read the essence of this is please read the piece that has been sent today on our Telegram channel. Read it. So again, the usual housekeeping, again, our view remains the same. We seek to give an overview, and then we seek to identify opportunities. And then, of course, we seek to be agnostic. We are not going to promote Doge or Bitcoin or any of those things. We're saying crypto as a whole. We'll pinpoint the ones that I think make sense from time to time. And then again, we seek to offer that foundation we all need. And again, action is everything. So today we're going to look at Altcoin Trader, an overview. And then there'll be a deep dive that Julia is going to take us through. And at the end, as I mentioned, I'll talk about the top 5 in the crypto index. So yes, I encourage you to attend the series. If you missed out the beginning, the first 4 will give you a foundation. And beyond anything that we say, do your own research. And of course, importantly, apply. So there we go. Over to you, Julia.
Thank you so much, Tim. So maybe, before we get into this, I know we've been meeting now over a month or 2 or so. And I know most of us have been exploring ways on how to really invest on, in different cryptocurrencies and also, exploring different exchange platforms we spoke about earlier in our previous sessions. And that's why I think we have really explored the groundwork, all the frameworks and all the fundamentals around cryptocurrencies. So today what I really want us to do is really to dive into the practicals and really understand where do we get started with cryptocurrencies. So today we'll be talking about altcoin trading. Of course, the South Africa's largest exchange, crypto exchange platform, where you can trade in rands, where you can buy your Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies as well. But before we get started with our practicals and what altcoin trade is, I just want to open up the floor. I know you have done your research. Just share your experience. How do you find altcoin trader so far? And what is the feeling that you have about altcoin trader? What is it offered? What is it? What is in for you on altcoin trader? Maybe just unmute. I know Jeremy, you are very good at doing these researches. Last time you researched about Revix and smart contracts. So just unmute, and then before I start off with the practicals, just share your opinions on what altcoin trader offers. Anyone?
Thank you. Altcoin trader. I've had some I'll say beginner's experience with it on the research end. I haven't really bought anything on Altcoin Trader, but I've navigated the exchange, trying to understand how it works and to see the number of coins it has. So to me, it's the biggest exchange, the coins, as far as I know it. And the CEO is very, very active because I think he does most of the videos, the how-tos and all the explanations around altcoin trading. And one other thing is it also allows for people to invest in gold and I think some other stock items.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely ahead of of everyone. Yeah, that's actually correct. Anyone else? Tim, have you started with altcoin trader yet?
Oh God, I know Diana is the biggest fan of Altcoin Trader. I actually, when I signed up the first time, I signed up 3 exchanges. Okay, more. It was Binance, it was Luno, and then Altcoin Trader. And then Altcoin Trader took so long to come back to me. And then by the time they came back to me, I think I had moved on, because at that time, remember, it was the craze of 2017 or whatever it was. So I really didn't bother to submit anything after. I see now, after the fact, is many exchanges who really were very strict at the time are begging me now to say like, oh, please come back. So unfortunately, I've never really interacted much with it other than from the research I shared last week on obviously the fact that it's the largest exchange in South Africa. So I've not really used it, but maybe I should go. After today's session, maybe I might be convinced to go back there.
Okay, that's good. I think you were having verification issues. So what happens normally when you try to verify your account and there's a pending documentation, what happens is they just, so you kind of need to follow up with them and send them an email. And I know you don't have time for that, but we'll go through it today on the platform as well. Any other views?
Can I say something also?
Yes.
I've actually used it maybe 3 or 4 times because I've started with crypto just this year, January, and I managed to use Altcoin Trader. The only thing that it bothered me a bit is when you deposit money like today, it will reflect tomorrow, like you want to buy today, something like that. But I've used Binance more actually.
Oh, that's good. I think Binance is awesome. Yeah, so Lena, the deposits, I think it depends on which bank account. They initially had FNB on as part of their banking accounts, but they had removed it. So when you are transferring from a different bank to a different bank, because they are only using net bank, it takes a while to reflect. That's not very good experience, but eventually the money reflects. So yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I also have a problem with it because it says I uploaded my stuff for verification donkey years ago. It still says already uploaded pending verification. So I haven't received any feedback from them for, I think, for the past 3 weeks now.
I understand. We'll address that today. We'll definitely address that today in the practicals.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not freaking out.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's continue, Tim. Okay, so maybe let's just talk about Altcoin Trader and who they really are. So I started with Altcoin Trader, I think in 2015, not 2018, say about 3 years ago. So I started, but the reason I started with them is because I just wanted to exchange my Namibian dollars into Bitcoin. So that was the mere reason. It was nothing particular. It's just I was trying to get Bitcoins to a different platform, and Altcoin Trader gave me the platform to be able to exchange that. So that was the only reason I started with them. And we didn't really have a lot of options. I think in Namibia, it's either CoinMama, Altcoin Trader, or Luno. And I just happened to, open an account with Altcoin Trader. So I've been with them for a while. But who are they really? So Altcoin Trader is South Africa's largest crypto exchange. It was started by a guy called Richard De Souza. He's on LinkedIn. You guys can, find out what type of a guy he is. He launched Altcoin Trader in 2015 together with his team, of course, and then he made it available to the public in 2015. So those of you that browsed through Altcoin Trading, you would have seen that it's not like Binance. So not all the cryptocurrencies are listed on Altcoin Trading. The reason being, what they do is they go out there and then they research on the top currencies for their customers and only list those ones that they need for their customers. So it's very limited, only 23 listed top cryptocurrencies at the moment, and Binance Coin will be coming soon on the platform. And if you log in, you will see it reflected on the front page that Binance Coin will be coming soon. I'm happy with the cryptocurrencies that are listed there, and I've invested in most of them. What I normally do if I see a coin is not listed on Altcoin Trader, I then move over to Binance. Yes.
That's actually a very good. That's a good strategy, Julia. I like that because at least you get the benefit of local access. And you also, obviously, if you get two coins which are listed here and Binance, if the cost is better here, then of course you just buy it local. That's actually quite a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, Tim, because there are hundreds of cryptocurrencies on the market at the moment, then you will see it with Binance. So traders really have a lot of choices, where to which coin to get. But the trick has always been invest in the right cryptocurrency. And I think this is the reason why Altcoin Trader has spent so many hours picking out only the best cryptocurrencies for their customers. And those are the ones that they list on their platform. And you can see that they are eventually and every time adding a new coin. So now we are on 23. Next week, Binance is going to come on board. It will be 24. And then, of course, until, we have all the coins on the platform. So for me, it works. I think it's a great platform so far. Okay. So another element of Altcoin Trade is also that it allows you to trade in rands, for you to buy your Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. At Altcoin Trading, you are able to trade rands for Bitcoins because not all crypto exchanges cater for South African rands, and you will see it on Binance. So in most cases, what happens is that we always need to convert what we have into US dollars first. So you do the conversion and then you buy your cryptocurrency. But with Altcoin Trade, is different. You can deposit money from your bank account, which is in Namibian dollars or South African dollars, and buy your Bitcoin directly, and either keep it, hold it, or do whatever you want to do with it. So I think that's a plus for Altcoin Trader.
So here's a question, Julia,
yes.
from the floor. Can you buy Doge? Is Is it on Altcoin Trading?
Yes, Dodge. I bought Dodge. I think was it last week when it was my colleague was telling me, I think you can buy now, and it was a good advice. Thanks, Jamie, because I'm actually smiling this week. So Dodge, yes, Dodge is on Altcoin Trader, and
Wow.
the moment we log on to Altcoin Trader, we will see in practical which are the currencies that they have on and listed, but of course they have their limitations. But we'll also discuss that as well. We'll also look at their fee structure, and I know Jeremy mentioned last time that Binance has such a a friendly fee structure. I don't think it's very different. Of course, it varies, but I think for Altcoin it's not so bad. I think they offer competitive trading fees. Deposits are free. Of course, you pay a certain percentage for withdrawals, but we'll have a look at that as well. So I think it's competitive. I think it's a platform that you should be able to look at. I think fees it's not so much of a worry. Of course, there's a difference in fees, but it is still competitive for us, I think. And another exciting item that we actually do not know is their functionality around EasySave. Now, what EasySave does, it allows you to earn interest on the Bitcoins or the other cryptocurrencies that you are holding. So you earn interest, no locking periods, and you can, withdraw your money anytime, but you earn an annualized interest on a yearly basis. And you can withdraw your money anytime. And I know it's a new functionality that they added, and a lot of people don't really use it because they don't know it.
Good to know.
Yes. Okay. And then the last one is just the gold and silver is also available on the platform. So you can buy it, you can, sell it or withdraw it. So gold, cryptocurrencies, all available on Altcoin, and of course, Dodge. So I think really that in a nutshell is really all that you need to know about Altcoin Trader. Do we have any questions so far before we dive into the practicals and really get to know?
So there's a question from Tawanda, which is that is EasySave like staking?
No.
Maybe.
Tawanda, maybe let me just answer your question. So EasySave is not like staking. Staking is not offered on Altcoin Trading. And I think for me, it's really one of the disadvantage. What staking does is staking bundles cryptocurrencies. So you have your top 10 cryptocurrencies bundled in one. And you can stake it like that, or you can stake all smart contracts together. But that doesn't happen on Altcoin. So they don't do staking. So EasySave is you earning interest on your cryptocurrency that you are holding. So for example, if you are holding Bitcoin and you have one Bitcoin, for example, you can press EasySave and you earn a percentage. They say, okay, maybe 7% on a yearly basis you earn on the Bitcoin that you are holding. So that is just all that it does.
Well, so you're not putting it onto a certain project or anything that allows you to get interest. You're just saying, no, I just want to earn interest on this thing. Or how does it work? I mean, you'll show us. I think maybe it might be, you can show us.
I will show you in practical how that works. Yeah, but so you just earn interest on your cryptocurrency, and it works out very well for stable coins. So like for USDT is a stable coin. So what you do, you say you put 5,000 in USDT, you click save. So annually you will be earning around 7% on that because you are holding it for them and they are probably using it. It's probably like the bank's unit trust and other products that they offer. So you are earning interest because they are holding it for you.
Okay, great. So I think go ahead and maybe show us. I think that might be the way to go.
Okay, so I'm gonna kick you out, Tim, and then I'll share my screen.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so welcome to the new guys who have come. Raphael, it's nice to have you for the first time on the forum. Yeah, and we were just talking about, I took an extract from the document you shared earlier in the community on Telegram, and I just shared on Dodge. Very, very interesting article, very, very interesting. Yeah, so thank you for that. Thank you for sharing, and yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can see it, Julia.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna use my younger sister's profile because I think there's just too many things happening on mine, but it should all be good. So this is the look and feel. This is how Altcoin Trader looks like. So the first thing that you will need to do, of course, you will need to register. And I think this is an easy one for everyone since we have registered on so many platforms. But it is so important, to make sure that the information that you are capturing on the system is really your information, because they are going to validate this information against your identity, your passport, and all the other documentation that you are submitting. So it's very important. So once you register, of course, they will, create a profile for you after you have verified your email that, okay, you are now verified. Not really verified, you are now registered. So then you will need to log in. Okay, so you come here, like you can see here, Josie is here. So you log in onto the platform. It's a bit slow, just give it a second to log in. Okay, so now you are logged in onto Altcoin Trader. After you have registered, sorry for this pop-up. So this is how it looks like after you have registered. So what happens is the first thing that you need to do is to get your account verified. And I think this is where most of you, according to the questions that you were posting earlier, got stuck. So you need to go here, and then you need to go in your profile. You need to make sure that your account get verified. You cannot move on if your account is not verified, because you won't be able to do deposits and withdrawals. So as you can see here, you will populate your details, but very important is here at the bottom. They will request you to upload your FICA documentation. So your FICA documentation is your ID. So you need to take a picture of your ID, and then your proof of residence. And what was the last one? Okay, so your ID document, your proof of address, and then the picture of yourself, of course, holding your ID. That you need to do, and then you need to upload it onto Altcoin Trading. Now, it's very important that your proof, and I understand most of us, sometimes you will be trying to create an account, but you don't really have a contract where you are renting, for example. So it's very important that your details are on that contract, because they wouldn't know if it's really your physical address. And if you do not have a contract in place, what you can do is you can use your either your tax certificate, or you can use your water bill account, as long as it has proof that your name is on it. So once you have that uploaded, there's an email address at the bottom of the page. So it's very, very important, because they do that verification in 2 days. If it does not happen in 2 days, there's an email address at the bottom of the page. Like for you, Chamu, you are struggling. So you go to contact us, and then you find the email address. So you email them to say, what's happening to my account verification here on support at Altcoin Trader. They reply in a second, and they will tell you what documentation is pending, and they should be able to verify your account. So that is all about verification. It's very easy, it's quick, but you just need to, follow up via support on what's happening to your verification. Is that one now clear?
So there's a question.
I think it was Tawanda here that raised that issue. Tawanda, is that correct?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, it is. I'm actually going to try it now. I will email them.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think they should, because I know my younger sister had the similar issue, and it was fixed right away. So after you have verified your account, you are now free to, deposit into your account. So you come on deposit on the platform.
Sorry, Julia.
So,
Sorry.
yes.
Just to
Yes.
to jump in. Still on this. Can someone in Australia be able to join?
Okay, that's a good question. That's a good question. Okay, so Altcoin is a South African cryptocurrency exchange, and I know we have people from Kenya, people from Australia, but this is if you come here, they are only listing South African banking details, so anyone can use it, but for as long as you have a South African account. If you do not have a South African account, I'm so sure there are other platforms that are, like Binance, for example. It's very similar. It's just that it offers more that, but the functionality should be similar. So you could use Binance, if you don't have a South African account.
So this Zappa credit card, what is that? It's not a normal credit card like Visa, MasterCard? Because I think that would be, the other option would have been, if you're using a standard Visa, MasterCard type, then it means obviously you can use that as an option instead of an EFT. If it's just a specific card, which is because I'm seeing Zappa, I'm not sure what that is. So then it creates a bit more of limitation.
Yeah, no, there is definitely limitations on Altcoin Trading, and I think it really just works for the markets, which is Namibia, South Africa, and I think maybe Botswana. So here you can see you have 3 options.
And Zimbabwe, sorry.
Zimbabwe is in a category of its own.
So here you can see. Here you can,
sorry.
Yeah, here you can see you have 3 options, where you can deposit the coin. So what happens is, once you click on deposit in ZA, it will create a reference number. And you can see Altcoin Trader has 2 bank accounts. So it has Standard Bank South Africa and Nedbank South Africa. And this is the reason why, Lena, when you were, where were you transferring from FNB?
Standard is from Standard Bank.
If it's from Standard Bank, it's actually supposed to clear within the same day. So the only reason why it wouldn't clear is if your account is not verified.
Really? Probably.
Yeah, it's supposed to take. But anyway, okay, so these are the 2. What you do is you just transfer into those accounts from any bank. It can be ABSA, Nedbank, FNB, as long as you use your reference number. For me, it's normally very quick, and it happens within a day. So once you do that, funds will be assigned to your account. So here where it says that, you will see that funds will be assigned there. The same way with cryptocurrency. If you have cryptocurrencies that are based or with Binance, what you do, you can now send your cryptocurrency, because you don't want to convert them into US dollars. You can send your cryptocurrencies to Altcoin Trade, and then from Altcoin Trade, you can deposit it directly into your account, which is FNB, ABSA, or Standard Bank. So for me, it works out much nicer like that, because it's local, and I don't need to do any conventions. So for a Bitcoin, if you want to deposit Bitcoin and you are depositing your Bitcoins from any other platform, maybe you are trading and you have earned Bitcoin, you can deposit them here. You will see that all the currencies are listed here. So each and every currency comes with its own wallet. So if we click on Bitcoin, for example, what is at the bottom? Sorry, it's a bit slow.
Very interesting, actually. 23, though not bad at all. I mean, it's quite impressive. I think for the most basic, to anybody starting and don't want to be overwhelmed, Luna would be the one. But if you really feel, because Luna only has 5, the next one that I think is recommended is actually Altcoin Trader. That's why I think it made sense for us to talk about Altcoin Trader. So 23 at least is absolutely better than 5. And then of course the ultimate, which is all of us, if you really want to get more coins, is Binance. So it's simple, rule of 3. Getting started, Luna, a bit of the middle range is Altcoin Trader. And then if you really want to go the whole hog, Binance.
Perfect. Yeah. So you can see here, the moment you want to deposit your Bitcoin, you will be issued with a Bitcoin address, and that's your wallet. Here it says request deposit address. So when you are depositing money into Altcoin Trader, so you are going to put this Bitcoin address, which is your address, it's your wallet, okay, onto the platform that you want to take the money from, or the Bitcoin from, and then it will come into your Bitcoin wallet using the Bitcoin address that you get here. So you can just request for it, and then you will get your address, and that's the address that you can use across all the platforms to deposit money into your Altcoin Trader. Tim, you asked about let me just quickly go back. You asked about credit card. I really never used this option of the credit card, Zepa, and I see it's currently unavailable. Yeah, so it's probably something that they are currently working on. I haven't really use my credit card for this, but I'm so sure it should be coming. But for South Africa, there is something called Ozo Instant EFT. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that. So what they do, this is an instant electronic funds transfer service, So what they do, it just allows you to pay directly using your existing internet banking. So for those with, FNB, South Africa or ABSA, once you say deposit with Ozo, it will go and link to your internet banking. I'm not sure if it's the safe thing to do. I don't want any application to log on for me on my internet banking. So I don't think it's something that I would do. But I think it's a functionality that works within the South African market. I'm aware the banks are using it. So this could work for those ones that,
So there's a question from Chamu. Chamu, you can go ahead and unmute.
Yes, Chamu.
Thanks. Just a quick question. So is there a minimum amount to deposit and also a minimum amount to remain in rands when you start to actually purchase the coins? And then a second question, maybe you can answer that also. Of the three that we mentioned, the Luna, the Altcoin Trader, and Binance, in terms of the actual trading costs, or let me say charges, which one is seen to be favorable?
Okay, I think, okay, so the first question, hold on. Okay, maybe
feel free to jump in on your comparison on the cost part, but Julia, go ahead with the first one.
Yeah. Okay, maybe let me answer the last question on the fees. We'll have a look at the fees, definitely. But one thing that I've noticed, if you are depositing money onto any platform, it's always free. Even if it's Binance, Altcoin Trader is also free. And what I've realized, the withdrawals they charge, Binance is of course favorable, but with Bitcoin, Binance and Altcoin Trader all charges 0.001 for withdrawal. So for me, it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, it's the same. And what was the first question?
Are there minimum amounts of rands that you need to deposit at a time and also to keep as rand when you are buying and selling?
No minimum. You can deposit at $10, 20 rand, 30 rand, it doesn't really matter. You can withdraw all your money also at the same time and leave your account on zero balance.
Thank you.
But just remember there's a fee. So when you deposit your money, definitely they say, the bank charges, those are the normal ones that we normally know for depositing. But then once you deposit it to your Altcoin Trader, it's free. The moment you try and withdraw, of course, there's a charge, but we'll go through the fees before I just wrap up. Okay, I think we need to run.
Maybe just a quick one for the sake of Shingi on Australia. Of course, Australia, you can use Altcoin Trader. We have progressed in Africa, so please. No, the option is, I think you can use the crypto. Like now, if you have bought, say you bought a coin in Binance or whichever other exchange, you can obviously send that to your address on Altcoin Trader, obviously to access whatever benefits that you may have seen on the platform. I think that's the option that I think it will always be available outside of the EFTs and the credit card and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, I think let's just move on to your withdrawals. So withdrawals is the same. Okay, so say for example you had invested in Doge last week. You have invested with a 500 rand, and then a week later Doge moved to 10, like it did now, 10 rand. So let's say you have earned about 500 rand and you want to withdraw it. So you come here, what you do is, let's just go back to the home page. Let's look for Doge. Where's Doge?
The interface is so basic, it's so simple. Yeah.
Okay, you see. Oh, Doge is on 8 now. Okay, so you can come here at Doge, just click on the currency that you want, and the look and feel will change according to that currency. So here is Doge. Okay, so now you have earned Okay, you bought Dodge, and this is how you bought. So this is how you normally do to buy. So you buy, you put in 500. Okay, this is the amount of Dodge that you will earn, and the price you are buying one Dodge for 8 Rand. So you just click and go ahead and click Dodge. So the moment you click Dodge, buy Dodge, you will see that you will have, can you see my younger sister actually bought some last week already. So it will reflect here on Dodge. So the moment you want to withdraw that, okay, so it's now 2 weeks later and you want to take out your earnings, you sell your Dodge and it's immediately. So you say, okay, now I've earned, and the Dodge currency had made me 1,000 and I want it out. So please give me my Dodge. So you click on sell. And once you do that, it will reflect here on ZA. And what you do, you can then go and withdraw it on the withdrawal that we have seen. You just withdraw it back into your banking account. And especially those ones that you know for short-term trading, I want to make money on Dodge this week. This is my earning. I want it out because I want to pay my rent. So yeah, so that is really how you deposit and then withdraw. Maybe just to move quicker because now the time is going. I want us to quickly talk about buying and selling. So like I've showed you, if you want to buy, you just click on the currency that you want to buy. So I click on Bitcoin. But very interesting to know is the chart on your left. Can you see this chart? It's very interesting that you take note of this chart. Because on this chart, you can see the candles going up and down. The red ones, of course, are showing that the market is going down, and the green ones are, depicting that the market is going up. So here, what you can do, you can always, it's not showing on my sister's laptop. Or is it not showing? Let me see it.
The advanced view, yeah.
Yeah, let me see advanced.
Yeah. I actually like simplicity where because I mean, you look at Binance one, that thing has so many, it's confusing, it's overwhelming. Yeah.
Yes. So it's very important that you look at the advance and always go, especially when you want to start investing, you want to enter the market. And the where you enter the market is important because you don't want to enter the market when it's at the peak. So you can always go and say, okay, let me have a look and see what was happening in the last 6 hours. Okay. So the chart will come up and then you will notice, okay, is this, it's a bit slow, guys. I'm sorry, my apologies. Is this an uptrend or a downtrend? Okay, let's just wait a bit. Let's maybe look at 1 week. Still loading. Okay, can you look at Bitcoin for the past week? This market has always been an uptrend. It has always been an uptrend. So you would want to buy when it's here at low in your chart. Okay, and then you would want to sell when it's at the uptrend, at the peak. You don't want to enter the market when it's at the peak, because at the peak, it means it can go down, it can go up. So you want to enter the market when it's at the downtrend and sell when it's in an uptrend. I think that's, for me, just important to know that, you can look at your charts and actually make a decision and say, okay, maybe let me not enter the market now. Let me just quickly move this thing. It's really irritating. Let's look at the month, for example, and just have an overview. Bitcoin has been stable, and all of a sudden it went up. So now, if you want to enter the market, you need to decide, do I really enter the market if it's really there on top, or should I wait for it to come down? Sometimes it doesn't even come down, it keeps climbing, but it's actually important for you to just have an idea by looking at your charts, what is really happening to the market. And you can do it with any coin. You can do it with Ethereum, you can do it with Doge and all the other coins. So I think really that gives us an idea on, when to sell and when to buy, and how to buy and how to sell as well. I hope that is clear.
Yeah, no, thanks, Julia. That's very useful. Obviously, I mean, I guess back to what we covered on the concept, which is to say, you have to obviously have identified what kind of a investor are you. I know some of us are more long-term, so we would say, anyway, the general trend, for example, if you think of a Bitcoin, is up. So you'd rather buy and then you're going to leave it, and hold. So it's a buy and hold strategy mostly. But I mean, as you say, for things which are more like tactical, like Doge, you want to buy this week, sell it next week, because you don't really know when people are taking profit and how far this will go. So I think it really depends on which coin and what strategy you have for it. And of course, it depends also on what your strategy as an investor. That's important. But I mean, that's just very useful information. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tim. And maybe just to touch on the last one, the saving one. And I think this one is for me the most important, because Altcoin Trader allows you to earn interest on your crypto with easy save and just watch it grow. There's no lock-in periods, no fees. You just have access. You can have instant access to your funds at any time. And look at this. So Bitcoin, you can earn 4% on your Bitcoin on an annual basis. So you can also just decide, okay, I'm buying Bitcoin and I'm just saving it. So you can click on start saving. And then you need to assign the amount of Bitcoins that you want to save. So if you bought Bitcoins for 5,000 and you want to just leave the 2,500 in your wallet, but you want to earn interest on the 2,500, you can just, add funds. So once you add funds, it will be displayed here, and you will start earning interest immediately. And you will see how your interest grows on a daily basis. You'll be earning. So for Bitcoin, you earn 4%. For a stable coin, South African dollar, you can also just deposit it. You will never lose it, because its value doesn't really fluctuate. So if you have 100,000, you deposit it there on an annual basis, you earn 5.23% on that. USDD, also another stable coin. You deposit, I don't know how many USDDs, you earn 7% on that, just by
Don't
doing
jump
nothing.
Tron. Tron is the best.
I was waiting for Tawanda.
Tron is the best. Thank you, Shamu.
Tron and Tawanda.
Exactly. So Tron, you earn 10% on an annual basis. So you can really just leave your money here. Like I've said, they launched 2015. I started using them 2018, and I'm still using them. I mean, how many years later? So I don't think they are about to go down anytime soon. So yeah, so those are the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 currencies that they've selected where you can earn. You just leave your coins in there and you earn interest. So that is the saving on Altcoin Trader. Anything, okay, I think that covers our savings. So anything that you buy and sell, you can always see it in your wallet. Can you see? See, my younger sister is playing with this, buying these days. So you see, she bought all these coins. So these are her coins. So it will display in her wallet, and everything that you are saving. Okay, she's not saving anything because maybe she doesn't know about it, but she can save. Maybe let me just give you an example. Let's just go back to I want to save.
Because I was wondering why she doesn't want to save and get interest. Josie, you're losing money.
Yes, she's losing money. So let's look at Bitcoin. Let me save Bitcoin for her. So if you go to sorry guys, if you go to Easy Save, if you go to Easy Save, and then you want to start saving today, you go to Bitcoin. Okay, you are gonna earn interest, so you can start saving. So I'm gonna add all her Bitcoins into a saving wallet so she can earn interest on it. So I'm just gonna add it in here, and then I say agree, and then I'll add the funds. Okay, are you sure you want to add the funds? Yes, I am. So okay, successful, your funds were added. So you can see interest earned 0. Okay, but let's go back to my wallet. If I go back to my wallet, if I go to my savings pocket, if I go to my savings wallet, there is Josie. So she's gonna, it's gonna start immediately. It's gonna start immediately. It's probably just the network. If you load it in the next minute or two, you will see she will start earning interest. Definitely depending on your value. Your value of your Bitcoin does not change. It remains at ease, but you earn interest on it. So depending on the markets, how they are fluctuating, you keep earning your interest. So that is, I think that's it. I think I should have covered the most. Maybe the only remaining item is on your history. This one, I like to use it because I always want to know how much I've, traded so far. So you can go on trades, and then, you can select any coin. Like you can see, she bought, $100 for Bitcoin. So let's go back and see, okay, she bought it on the 30th of April. Let's see how much she has now, for example. So it's always good to compare. So if you go back to your wallet, and then look at, okay, we have saved Bitcoin, so it's on savings wallet. She has 104, so she has earned $4 in the past. Of course, because what she's saving, it's very minimal. But if you have saved more, you would have earned much more. But maybe that should already give you a feel, at exactly what I'm trying to say when it comes to saving and then buying Bitcoins and all that. So very minimal functionalities on Altcoin. But I think it allows you to do to get started and really do what you need to do. And I think that ends my my session.
Great, well done, Julia. That was absolutely amazing. Any questions for Julia while on this platform? Well, of course, I'm just gonna switch back to the slides, but please unmute yourself if you have any question. Tawanda?
So I just have one question for you, Julia.
Yes.
This is regarding the wallet. So if I have 23 positions, or if I have 23 coins in Altcoin, are you saying I will have 23 wallets?
Correct. Yes. Let me show you. Let me show you. Because if you go to deposit and you want to deposit money, and if you want to deposit money in cryptocurrency, under cryptocurrency, every currency is listed there. So Ethereum will have its own wallet. Can you see? This is your, show me my address. You'll get your address. So when you are withdrawing money, Ethereum from Binance, for example, you will be required to enter the Ethereum address that you got from Altcoin, and that's your wallet. And that is the case with Bitcoin. It's the case with Dogecoin. Every cryptocurrency has its individual wallet.
Okay, thank you. So if I wanted to transfer from one exchange to another, well, it's probably, well, let me ask it anyway for the rest. So we're saying if I wanted to transfer Bitcoin, I would need to get it from a Bitcoin wallet to a Bitcoin wallet in another exchange. Is that right?
Correct. So for example, if you made some money with Binance, you made some Bitcoins with Binance, and you want to transfer it to your Altcoin because you want to get it into your AXA account. What you do on Binance, they will ask you, please enter your BTC address. And that is your BTC wallet address. And this is the wallet we are talking about, or the address we are talking about. So you need to put it on Binance. Once Binance processes, the Bitcoins will reflect on your wallet, which is on Altcoin Trader.
Thank you, Julia.
Excellent.
And then, sorry, one more thing, Julia. When we say we're earning interest on EasySave, just to confirm as well, it's interest on the coins. So it's not really the value of it. So if I have 1,000 coins, if it's 4%, that means at the end of the year, I'll have an extra 4% on the coins, not necessarily the value. If my coins were worth 1,000 rands in January, I'm not earning in rand but in coins.
You are earning in coin. You are earning on the value of the coin.
the coin. So it's a coin edition per se.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
if Dodge is Dodge, I don't know, you have invested in maybe let me say Bitcoin. You have invested in one Bitcoin, which is 846 K South African rands. So you earn interest on that value of one Bitcoin. So however it fluctuates, whether it goes down, it still remains one Bitcoin.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. So let me transition to the slides so that we can, but wow, excellent. Well, excellent work, Julia. You guys, did you find that useful?
Yes, it was really
Yes, thank you very much for that, Julia.
Yeah, we need to have more. I think I really loved how you presented this, and just really explained to all of us. I mean, I'm now encouraged even to want to engage again with, please, go ahead, Joy. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure you want to say something.
Yes, it's Jeremy for Joy.
Yes.
We keep saying that we deposit funds into these exchanges, we are not charged. But I've experienced it twice. On Binance, when you use the credit card, there is a charge when you purchase, like 2% or something.
Yeah.
And also on this other platform that I'm using, Revix, they also charge. So I don't know whether I'm the only one or others have also experienced that. I mean, it's a minimal charge, but you are charged.
No, you're correct. So I think, Jeremy, that one is clear. It's actually the person who's providing you the service, who will be the card provider, who charges that fee. My understanding, that's I could be wrong, but it's Visa or whoever it is that takes the fee, that 2%. Because I remember at one point Binance would say that there was some arrangement to them say that they would waive that fee, but it looks like it's just a temporary measure. So I don't know about other people's experience. Anybody who wants to comment from their experience?
Yes, I think that's correct, Tim. I think it's the bank charges, because you need to, when you are depositing, it's free, but of course there are bank charges. So I agree with what you are saying.
The bank always wants their cut. So for the next few minutes, allow me, if I can just quickly transition, because we don't have a lot of time, and share the index, and then we'll just wrap up. So let me see. Can you see my screen again?
Yes.
Okay, so great. I'm really excited to share this index today. Tawanda, Doge is there, the last number 5 there as a niche player. So please don't say next time that I didn't say Doge. Doge was there 2 weeks ago in my index. I actually removed the other 3 coins and I left Doge and BNB. The other 3 I've replaced, as you may see. So because Doge cannot be ignored anymore. And I'll actually start there. Obviously, we've talked about it as a meme fan coin, but it's been trending with very serious returns. And that's why I think it's important to have a strategy. And I'm really seriously thinking of running a session and just talking about Doge and really covering it beyond. I think if it sustains beyond the appearance by Elon in the coming week, I think on SNL, because that's why it's trending in part. And apparently he's the virtual CEO of Doge. The community appointed him. So I think it might be worth just really look at it and really break it down and talk about it. And I think the resource that Raphael shared earlier would be very useful, because it's very well done research. I think it might be useful for us to really think about it and talk about it and see where it fits in. Again, for me, I'll still say it's opportunistic. It's not something that I'll say is on fundamentals as such. It's more an opportunistic thing. It remains a meme, but yet that joke is making a lot of money. It's making people a lot of money.
Exactly my point, Tim. Exactly my point, which is why I'm not putting money there.
And you're with me. I've not bought any Doge up to now, but I really am seriously thinking about, maybe socializing this. I was even thinking of, maybe we can incentivize people in the community and just say, look, if you do something nice, whatever, we'll send you 2 Doge or whatever it is, and you can go and buy pizza, whatever it is. So again, the joke goes on, and the joke that continues giving, So, allow me the next 3 minutes, please, because I see we are 1 minute to our usual time, so that I can just cover this properly. So I have simplified this into, you'll see number 4 is actually what I call a star coin. It's a very, very interesting coin that I've marked it and equally number 1. Now, why number 4 have I marked it that way? Now, this is actually a project similar to Bitcoin, very much like for like as a contender, as you may see on the quadrant there. And it uses, instead of proof of work, which uses electricity power and all of that and very expensive like Bitcoin does, it uses proof of stake. It's actually the first that implemented proof of stake. Ethereum are not even proof of stake as yet. They are waiting to do that in July. But these guys have been doing it since 2014. It's actually older than even Ethereum itself. It's actually right after Bitcoin it came, and it has very solid engineering behind it. And it's still very cheap. So I saw that I shared it on this community, you may have seen it. It has been growing like crazy. It's been growing like crazy consistently. And I just think this is a coin that is worth looking at. So please have a look at it. The only limitation is the fact that it's on Bittrex exchange. It's not on Binance. So please have a look at Black Coin, the number 4 here, because I think it's a very strong candidate in terms of an upside and also with very good price point. So the other one is number 1, which is Solana. So I will equate that to, it's actually the contender to Ethereum. It's actually exactly like Ethereum. It does exactly what Ethereum does, but I feel better. So there's a graph I'll show you in the next slide. And the price is still, I feel it's undervalued. So it's $48 or somewhere that's below 50 at least. Binance is around 500. So, I mean, Binance, BNB and, Ethereum are in the same band. Obviously, Ethereum is past 3,000 now, 3.5 or somewhere there. So why would I want to spend that if there's something that does the same thing? So I'm just saying this might be an opportunity. So Binance coin BNB was in our list previously. I think because of the fact that it's gonna be scarce, and because of the utility and the fact that it powers the largest exchange in the world, it's still worth, and that's why I maintained it on the index. And then lastly, there's this BCRK. I don't really fully understand it, but it was quite an interesting one because it feeds into the DeFi space. It's very reusable, and it seems to be having use cases across that space. And I think it's something that I would say you look at it. It's a utility coin on top of the BZX protocol. And I've just listed it as a niche player, obviously speaking to DeFi, which is a big deal. So I think that's it actually for the index. I will share this. I think I'll take a screenshot and then make sure I share it to the Telegram channel. Again, narrow the top 3. We are actually starting the fund with Julia. We're going to invest on top 3 of this, and then we'll show you the performance in a month's time so that we evidence the reality of this. We are going to put in money, Julia and I, and show you the results of this at the end of that period. Now, this is a very biased graph. I got it from a Reddit that is very pro Solana. You can see Solana is actually leading everybody by far, including Cardano, which is my favorite coin. But yeah, so be as it may, it looks like it's a very serious project with a lot of upside, with solid engineering, high potential. So I would just say, have a look at it. So guys, I know our time is out, but hopefully it was worth all the time that you've spared, additional. I'm just going to say that for future, we've obviously covered exchanges in detail. We're going to set up the next session. It might not be exactly DeFi, but I think we're going to set up a next session that will follow. But this is what we've put in our plan. So in wrapping up, now you know about Altcoin Trader as a platform. You understand what it offers and what benefits it has and how to navigate it. So I think I'm going to leave it there and say thank you again for joining the session. It's been amazing. Again, we'll see you again next week. Sorry, Australia, you have had to stay very late. But that's really the labor of love as we try to make this money from the markets. Until next time, next week, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, team. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Julia. Brilliant.
And thank you for those who joined the first time. I hope you come again next week. We do this every Wednesday at 6 o'clock anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Stella. Thanks, Julia. You did a wonderful job. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, cool.